And welcome back. It is just before 7:15 here on your Saturday morning. Great news is while we had the rain overnight, it's mostly clearing on out, and most of your Saturday's not going to be too bad. Notice this morning we are still dealing with some clouds, but a few light showers. That's about it, and I'll have a light shower in the rain or in the forecast through the afternoon. Shouldn't be a big deal though either, and temperatures staying in the low to mid 60s. So you'll notice it feels a little bit cooler out the door this morning. A little damp after some overnight rain as it all heads to the east now. Still a few light showers over in coastal Mississippi, and then very spotty in nature with an isolated sprinkle or two across our area. So if you are heading out to the Crescent City Classic, either running it, walking it, or maybe watching it, should be okay. Shouldn't be too bad of a weather day for it. We saw some hefty totals across our region, and I tell you what, forecasting is hard. It just happens to be the most populated area in my forecast zone missed most of the rain yesterday. We did get rain, but it did not add up. On the outskirts of the metro, down in Terrebonne, Lafourche picking up 3 to 4 inches. Up here north of Baton Rouge, from Zachary to New Roads, picking up nearly 10 inches of rain. Parts of the North Shore from Amite to Franklinton to Bogalusa picking up 3 to 4 inches of rain. So some did pick up quite a bit. Some of us, though, here in the city, we missed it. That's great news. Our plants got a nice little drink of water, but we didn't have to deal with big flooding problems. Heading into tonight and tomorrow, we are going to be watching for a okay Easter Sunday. It's not going to be a beautiful sunshiny day, but it does look mostly dry. It looks a little cooler and not too bad of a breeze, so should be okay tomorrow. If you're heading out early sunrise services, 50s north of the lake, 60s south of the lake. It'll be cool in the morning, some clouds around, and then we'll stay mostly in the upper 60s for your Easter Sunday with really not much rain in the forecast. There may be a stray sprinkle, but that's about it. Doesn't look like a very active Easter day. So great news there. Monday's looking great, and then as we get into next week, we're talking about a tricky forecast here from around Tuesday through Thursday. I have our rain chances increasing. Now, what I want to show you is that from Tuesday to Thursday, these rain chances you see here will probably change based on confidence in the forecast and how things evolve over the next couple of days. What we're going to be watching next week is a stalled frontal boundary down in the Gulf. This is what moved through this morning. It'll slowly get down there in the central Gulf. That stalls out, and we're likely going to start to see some lower pressure develop in the Gulf of Mexico. This is somewhat normal for this time of year. Now, depending on where this low pressure develops and how close it is to our area, that's going to determine what we see by Tuesday through Thursday. If that low pressure is close enough to us, sends a fetch of moisture up our way, we're going to get some rainfall, and this is not going to be a fast mover, so we could have some rounds of rain going through Tuesday through Thursday. At the same time, if that low is further to the south and it keeps that moisture just right off the coast, we may miss most of the rain. So that's why my rain chances are at 30 to 40% right now, but they could go up. At the same time, they could go down depending on the track of this. Now, this is not going to be a fully tropical system. It's a low pressure, but what's happening here, there's a cutoff low. A cutoff low is it gets detached from the main jet stream. You see this upper level low cut off from the rest of the flow here. It just sits over us. It will meander, and that will help this low pressure develop at the surface. And then we have to wait until like Thursday and Friday before it finally gets picked back up by the flow, and it'll kick it on out of here. So that's what we'll be watching next week. So at the moment, rain is possible. It is not a slam dunk forecast. It really just depends on how this upper level low plays out and how that surface low plays out. Higher than normal tides are also possible. With low pressure sitting off the coast, we may have more of a persistent onshore flow across our area, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. And of course, it's low pressure. It's going to be a little bit breezy, so we will watch it. Just want to mention, we've never had a named system in the Gulf in April. Sometimes these types of systems can become subtropical, meaning it's a hybrid system fed by warm waters and what's going on in the upper levels. So it doesn't really change the impacts, but we'll watch it for you next week. There's your 7-day. Things are looking okay today. Things are looking okay for Easter Sunday. It'll be cooler and cloudy, and then next week we'll be watching for some of that rain.